everybody, welcome back to Jimmy is Promo, and today we're going to take a look at the Merach Indoor Cycling Bike. Now this exercise bike is for your home, and it also has a magnetic resistance system, so this way it would be much smoother and quieter, so this way you'd be able to have pretty much almost no maintenance whatsoever, so this way you can bring up or bring down the resistance with a turn dial with that magnet, and it also has Bluetooth built in, so this way you can connect it to the Merach application, so this way you can track everything from your RPMs, the speed, miles, and as well as listen to and watch coaches, listen to music, and also go through live scenery. So here is that resistance dial. This is where you can spin it left to make it less resistance, right to make it more resistance, or you can do a hard press and make the wheel stop altogether. You'd also be able to fully adjust the seat. So this way, if you want to move it forward, backwards, up, or down, this seat is perfect for anybody who is fit anywhere between 4'9" to 6'3", and also with a max weight of 350 pounds. And here's a quick look at some of the classes, and you also have your coach in front of you pushing you to the highest limit, making sure that you are following the speeds, the duration, the RPM. So then this way you can make sure you get on that leaderboard that's on the left. Make sure you're in the top 10, maybe the top spot of that leaderboard with how much calories you burn. So now let's take a look at the application. So this you're able to download on your Android, your iPhone, your smartphone, tablet, whatever. Now on the very top right hand side, you can see that we're not connected, and all you have to do is hit on connect, and in order for this to show up, you just want to spin the pedal on the bike, make the wheel spin. You'll see a blinking light letting you know that it's basically in pairing mode or connecting mode. Right here on the very first page, this is going to be your workouts page, so you can see some of the workouts. You can take a look at it in calories, the distance, the time. You're going to take a look at a bunch of novice things, intermediate cycling, advanced cycling, fat burning cycling. You also have some recommended, and also too some live videos. So this one's pretty cool. I'll show you what these look like here in just a second. So first off, with this very first page, you'll see the ultra burning. So with this one, you're able to exercise with rhythm and improve fat efficiency burning. And so you can choose between the bike, the rowers, the treadmills, the ellipticals. So if you own more than one, you can go through all of their different classes that they have. Now this isn't with a trainer. This is just going to be you doing what it is basically telling you, which is the preparation, the aerobic, the extremity, the cool down, every single thing, all of the aspects, but you're going to be doing it with music. And along with the music, you're going to have these little graphs, these bars. So if I was on the bike and I was starting to actually pedal, this line right here that you can actually see is now just a white dot would actually move on up, and it would stay up, and I have to keep it up to where we are supposed to be. So it can go up, it can go down, up and down. So it's going to go through the intensities. And you can see where you're at. So you got your preparation, and then you're also going to have what is showing up next. So this is just preparing you for your ride. And, you know, this is something that if you don't really want to have a trainer, you don't want to have a coach, you just really just want to listen to some music. And the music that is, you know, that's on here is pretty good. I just can't play it. You know, I don't want to get copyright stricken, but there's a lot of stuff that's sitting on here that you can go through. So there's a bunch of different, you know, times, a bunch of varied, speed cycling, high intensity interval training, mid intensity cycling classes. You have a relaxing class if you want. Next up will be free training. So this is literally if you just want to get on the bike and start pedaling. So what you're going to do here is you'll be able to see the time that you've been going, your calories burned, the resistance you're on, and it is live. So as you spin it left or right, if you're going down or up, you'll be able to see your resistance changing. It's done via magnet, so it's magnetic resistance, so it's very, very accurate. And then you can press on the button to make the wheel stop. You have your distance, the RPMs, as well as the total steps in terms of, you know, if you're to calculate your riding into steps. And then you have two different practices. You have target and time. Target is just a distance. Do you want to go 5 miles, 7 miles, 13 miles, or did you want to go with a timed practice? So do you want to ride for 25 minutes, 30 minutes? It doesn't really matter how far you go on those ones. You just wanted to go with a timed. And then here's all of your classes. And you can take a look at all the classes right here. So again, you can look at it through the rowers, the treadmills, but if we go back to the bikes, you can see who is teaching it, who the coach is. You got CJ, Gabby. You can see how many calories you'd be able to burn. When you tap on one of them, you can scroll down. It'll give you a little bit of details on it. It'll tell you what you're doing. So you got your introduction, the warm up, low intensity, high intensity, cool down, stretch, and then also the feedback. So when it comes down to these videos, so now you're actually watching the coach. Some people love that. This one was only done with 12 people. There's another one I saw that was done with a few hundred people, but you'll be able to get yourself on this list, as you are riding your bike. So right now it's the introduction. You can skip it. So if you hit on skip, it'll take you over into the warm up. If you're already warmed up, which I highly suggest just to warm up anyways, but if you're already warmed up, you can skip one more time, and then this is going to be getting you into the actual video. So this will get you into, this is the low intensity. So as you're going, you just want to listen to how fast you're supposed to go. So here's your duration, your calories, the RPMs, the miles, and resistance. So if I was actually on the bike pedaling, all of these numbers would be moving, and then my calories would be showing up, and then I would actually be getting on this leaderboard. So that is what that one looks like currently. Let's say that we move on down and we take a look at just a few more. So now let's say that we take a look at one from CJ. When we click on this one, we're going to go and hit on start. This one's going to be a little over 12 miles. This one, you can see that there is 151 people on this list, and you'd be able to see who has burned the most. So again, you want to try to get yourself on this little list over here. Here's your duration, time, RPMs. If I was pedaling, it'd be probably around 65 or 70 currently. It'd show how, my distance, my resistance that I'm on. And again, this will always change as you're changing it as well. So it is live. So you can skip the very beginning if you want, but after that you can't. If you tap the screen one more time, you can change the quality of the video, and you can also add CJ as one of your favorite or coaches that you would like to follow. So as you go through this whole video, you just do exactly what he says, which is going to be all of these right here. You're going to have warm-up, preparation, the aerobic, the anaerobic, extremity, and then also the stretch and feedback. So let's say that we move on back. This is where you do have some of these here. You got intermediate, cycling, advanced. You can go through. Same thing right here. You can take a look at them, but they're all just kind of listed out. This one will give it to you kind of in categories. And then on the very, very, very bottom down over here, this is where you can go into like the shoreline riding. So this is where if you want something scenic. Now, I am not pedaling, so I am not staying with this biker in front of me. I'm just kind of coasting because, again, I'm not on the bike. But this is where if you have a tablet, a larger, screen experience, it really puts you into this brand new scenic of you going through this shoreline. So if I was to pedal, I'd be able to catch up and ride with that biker. So if you would like to have some of those live videos, those are going to be the ones that's on the very bottom. So we kind of took a look at the workouts and also the classes. Now, pretty much after that, it's just going to be your profile. So you take a look at your profile, your practice classes that you've done, the saved classes, the followed coaches. So if you found a class you liked, hit on a little star, then you'll be able to see, whatever you have liked sitting right there. You can also go inside of your settings, and then through here, you can change like units of measurement. If you want to go back to metric, you can. I switched mine up over into imperial, so this way it's in miles and not kilometers. And then all the account stuff. So this is pretty much, the application. It's very, very simple, very easy to use. I do love the fact that, it has changed so much since when I first originally got this bike. Now, back then, there was only like 3 videos for me to do. 1 beginner, 1 intermediate, 1 expert, and that was pretty much about it. Now that they've added in all this stuff, it just makes the bike so much better, along with live videos. So much cooler, a whole bunch of more classes, not only just a ton of more classes for, the bikes, but you have a ton of them for the rowers, and you have a ton of them for the treadmills, ellipticals, and so on and so forth. So yeah, they've definitely improved this application. It's very easy to use. Everything is all Bluetooth and literally just in real time. So now let's take a look at the assembly of the bike, and it's actually very simple. I did this one by myself. I just had my son, carrying the phone to record this. But once you take everything out, you'll have the bike in one piece for the most part. Everything else will just be along with it, where you just have to screw in, and everything comes with it. So you got your screws, you have your tool, you have your manual, which will help you do the assembly. You'll also have your pedals, and then the rest of the frame, basically the base for the front, the back, and then also the seat, and then also the very top where you have your handles. So first off, the very first step is to put on the front base, and that's just going to be done with laying the bike on top, putting in 2 screws, and it's the exact same for the back. So you just want to do the back base again, put in those 2 screws. Next up, you'll be able to put in the front of the bike. This is what is holding the handlebar and everything else. So once you put that on, that is where you'd be able to place in a couple more screws. And then you also will have an additional piece that you'll be able to clip on in. So this way you'll be able to hide this area that you see right now. So there is that little clip that you're able to place in, making it look good. Next up is going to be the seat. And then this is where you can raise it up, raise it down, put it wherever you would like. And then you place the seat on itself. And again, you'd be able to adjust if you want it to be forward or back. And then you place on your pedals, you place on the left and also the right. And you just want to make sure that you put the left on the left, the right on the right, and you want to spin the tool the correct way. Now, once the batteries are in, you'll be able to see that it's blinking, which means it's ready to get paired with your smartphone. You can take off that little adhesive tape, and then now you have your bike. You are now good to go. Start riding and start pedaling. Now, I do want to give a big thank you to Merach for sending out this indoor exercise bike. Even though this is not a paid review or a sponsored video, they did send off the product for me to review to upload to YouTube. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I know that I enjoyed the bike. I am going to definitely be putting on more miles on this thing now that I'm a little bit more healthier. I did lose about 20 pounds. And so this one right here is going to definitely get me that additional 5 to 10 more that I've been trying to get off. Now, I hope that you guys have liked this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Also, if you're interested in this bike, I'll be placing this link below the video inside the description.